Gary?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, the purpose of this meeting is to have a discussion about the millage rate assessment, and Ms. Peggy Bullard is going to take us through a PowerPoint presentation that gives us information that will help you make a decision regarding our millage rate.
Let me grab
It
Abigail's
should be
folder.
on your screens too.
Let me grab her folder in case you want the paper copy.
Okay. Okay. This first slide is one that I gave you when we did our budget presentation in May, and back then we had estimated a 3% increase in the digest. However, we have the final figures now, and it's actually a 6.84% increase in the digest. However, as you can see, the digest is still not what it was in 2009. Gross taxes are a whopping $14,302,661 less than they were in 2009 at 18.21 mils and 20 mils for 15. So the digest is still down 33% even with this uptick that we're glad to get, of course. So looking at a home in 2009, they're just their M&O taxes, and based on 33% less value still in 2015, we can see that the average home owner is likely paying less in taxes still in 2015 with 20 mils versus 18.21 mils and that small 6.84 increase for 15. And so we look at the taxes. Now this slide changed after we posted. In case this is confusing, we posted it once and I had to fix this. So the correct, what we're showing here is the value for last year versus this year, and this time we're showing both taxes. As you know, you set two millage rates. You have an M&O rate and a bond rate. Now the bond or the debt service rate is not subject to the rollback rules. When the voters allow us to sell bonds, that also allows us to charge a millage rate that will generate sufficient funds to pay our principal and interest. So that bond is not subject to the rollback rules. However, as you can see, our bond rate for this year, 1.9 mils, we are able to lower that to 0.45 mils because we passed the SPLOST, which begins in January 1, 2015, and we're able to use those funds. We committed to using much of that money to pay our bond principal and interest so that we would not have to levy as high of a tax there. So if you look at the average home, if it went up 6.84% from $93,598 to $100,000. You can see, yes, they will be paying more in M&O taxes. However, the bond taxes decrease substantially, and so the total is actually $1.91 less in taxes for the average homeowner. If your house, if the value of your home was 7% or less, you're likely going to pay the same or less in taxes for 2015. And this is just the same slide as that was in the budget presentation, showing the differences in millage rates and how, you know, you can't really judge millage rates by county. For example, Jasper, we know they have a substantially less digest than we have, so you would think they'd have to charge more of a millage rate to spend as much as us per student. However, they only have 2,166 students, so they're able to spend as much as us with only 18.99 mils on a smaller digest. So it's really difficult to say, well, why is one county less or more? If you look at, for example, Fayette is 20 mils. They have almost the same number of students, yet they're able to spend more per student with their digest. So at 20 mils, we're not asking for a whole lot of money, more than anybody else per student. we're actually the lowest one on that list. So we hope to get that up. And so we're looking at a teacher, a sample teacher from 2009 who would now be at T4 10 years, and we have not been giving raises. The only adjustments there are in the number of days they have to work. In 2010, they did get a step increase, but we decreased their days by 6. We have, 2012, they got a couple more days. That's the only reason they got more money. 2014, they got a couple more days, and we did a 1% adjustment, one-time adjustment in January, so they did get a little more. But overall, because we've stopped the health insurance contribution that comes from their paycheck now, and we've had to lower substantially the contribution to retirement, they're actually still, if we can give them a 3% raise, which we would like to do, we've budgeted a 2%, they're still behind where they were in 2009. And that's the end. I have any questions, or I need to go back to any of these slides for anyone?
Do we have any questions for Ms. Bullard?
Just for understanding, you used 2000, if I viewed that correctly, 2013 QBE student attendance.
Yeah, that is the last fiscal year that I have all these numbers. 2014 just ended. School systems haven't turned in their numbers, so that was just the last year to give a sample of. Certainly, this year when everybody turns in their information, I can look at 2014 and see where we're at. But that's the last year that I can get everybody's information. That's posted on the DOE website. It's posted on the State Department of Revenue, what their millage rate is. So I can't get their spending per pupil until everybody closes their books, which we're in the process of doing, and turns them all into the state, and that's by September 30th. Everybody has to have everything in. And then probably a month or so after that, we can go to the website and see what we look like for 14.
Okay, so we can't use our own numbers.
Well, I could, we're still closing, so no, I really don't quite have our numbers yet. But in order to do a comparison, I don't have anybody else's for any year except 13. That's the last completed closed year that's posted.
Thank you much.
Okay.
Any more questions for Ms. Bullard? Okay, thank you, Ms. Bullard. I think that first slide says it all. When we were at 18.21 and 20, we're still not close to what we were collecting at all.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I apologize for being late. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
snuck in right when she started.
That's okay, I saw you come in. I had to let everyone know that you had reached out to me. Okay, all right. Ms. Vera, did you have anything to add to it?
No?
Okay, all right. We are going to, I'm going to entertain, because next is item 3, request of board action relative to superintendent's recommendations in executive session. So on this, the millage rate assessment, did you have anything to add? Okay, so I'm going to ask for,
Before you do, Madam
Yeah.
Chair, just a point of interest. There'll be a second hearing, July the 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning on the millage rate, and then a third the same day, July 22nd at 5:30, so that we will have an opportunity to have any other discussion should questions come up between now and then, and then we'll make a recommendation for a vote at that meeting.
okay, thank you. I'm going to ask for a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Right. Okay, it's been motioned by Mr. Turner and second by Ms. Coggan. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Okay, a motion has been properly made and second to come back into regular session. Dr. Lockhart, you have item number 3.
Item number 3, Madam Chair, the superintendent requests approval of personnel recommendations made during executive session.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve superintendent's recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, been moved and properly second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion? Okay, any opposed? All right, passes. Other matters of interest. Thank you, Dr. Lockhart. No?
Just
All
that school will start. School will start. It's right around the corner. August the 1st for our students. Our elementary teachers will be back at it. July the 25th, our secondary teachers will be joining us on the 28th. So it's hard to believe that in the blink of an eye, the summer will be ending.
And do you have, actually, I do have other matters of interest, and I don't know if it was sent by email. I might have missed it. The new teacher orientation we normally drop in.
Yes, the new teacher induction will begin on Monday, July the 21st at Newton High School. And the session starts at 8, is it, Dr. Lockhart?
Yes, ma'am.
The registration is 7:15 starts. The session begins at 8, and it will be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Wednesday, the new teachers will participate in the Teach for Tomorrow Technology Conference, so they'll be with us for 3 days pre the first days of school. The teachers report.
Okay.
Good question. Which one, the introduction of the new teachers that we attend, which one is that?
That's the first day.
First day.
Yeah, July the 21st, Monday, July the 21st at 8 a.m. Yep.
Okay. Any other matters of interest?
Newton High School.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned.